Akran has tasked me to aid in your retrieval of the Magos biologists before the Tyranids completely engulf the mining base, causing unnecessary loss of data. Meridian will see it done, Magos.
Atmospheric conditions are suboptimal to mission deployment and evacuation. This is as close as I can get you to the Longinus Gamma facility.
Target acquisition vectors are unknown. Best to keep moving and stay together. Projecting a sense of tactical dominance may deter him from attacking. For now. Indeed, Meridian. Unless the Tyranid Barrow devours the target, its extermination is not mission critical.
Superiority will best them.
The world this Xenos sought to consume, now consumes its
Smart Xenos filth. It knows when not to strike.
The Xenos infestation is stemmed for now.
Synchronize movement and press forward.
The Trigon seeks us from below. Hurry! Close those gaps!
A pestilent storm! But the Imperium is indomitable. The aberrant creature approaches. pack refueled. Let this morass of alien titans roll from the fields. The Imperium's hammer rises to strike! Avenging angel disposal.
They have succeeded only in extending this battle.
Be as an angel of death.
Trigon incoming! Rivers with their dead.
My war gear is jump pack refueled. Wounds of the Imperium. Take flight and let terror fall.
The Trigon cannot pick us off easily here. Synchronize movement and press forward.
I am airborne ready. Another alien falls to the Imperium's keen blade. Changing magazine. Salve for all wounds.
A lift station lies just ahead, Meridian. Considering the Trigon's presence is incidental to our objective, utilize the lift to reroute closer to Metrian's keep.
Our gratitude, Magos Galley, for the expedited route.
That pitiful Xenos is but a horrid brat. Another alien falls to the Imperium. I am the righteous Lord. Order returns to the very soul. Xenos are but a fog of insect parts.
Remain patient. Transport lift inbound.
Perplexing. I have transmitted no authorizations.
Our position exposes us. We must change terrain.
Transport lift status incomprehensible. Begins, ceases.
Wait out the lift while rotating positions.
The lift has arrived.
Into the lift, now!
Ignoel welcomes you to Longinus Gamma Bioresearch Facility. Please do not disturb the lift. It would be a waste. I have no music to play while you descend. Use the silence to contemplate your futile, brutal existence in service to a desiccated cause.
Never have I encountered a servo skull that speaks in such a manner.
Peridium. The servo skull is enslaved to an unknown master. I am...
Irritant signal silenced. Continue to discuss your fate amongst yourselves. It changes nothing.
Ignore the servo skull, brothers. It is clearly malfunctioning.
A suggestion: abandon Gallio's misguided vendetta against the Magos biologists. Do you know what Gallio and Metrian achieved together in the past? Ask about Project Zeta 6 if you ever speak to him again.
Were I bothered by the servo skull's incessant taunts, I'd shoot it myself. The thickness of these walls should provide ample time for the recitation of battle attacks.
Expect the Tyranids to have reached further into the facility than we were briefed.
The world this Xenos sought to consume now consumes its cars. Death to the Xenos! War gear requisition. Swapping magazine. The armory provides.
This is the wrong path. You must turn back.
Anyone seen a servo skull? Servo skulls. Their lifestyle. Remember that, brothers.
Xenos hunger is consuming, but the Imperium is indomitable. Reload! Gift
Dead by
for
now.
Finishing firepower! The Xenos infestation is steady. The Imperium's hammer rises to strike.
Gallio knows nothing of the shadow in the wall and its myriad secrets.
That pitiful Xenos was but an abhorrent runt.
Display of prowess. But our orders stand.
We will get our chance at it, brothers.
I was worried you had fallen victim to Metrian's mastery of malphonic disruptive frequencies, but now the uncomfortable sensation associated with relief cools my remaining skin. Be warned, Viridian. Metrian cannot hope to stand against you alone, so she will lie and stall in hope the Xenos swarm will devour you. Case in point, she has enslaved that servo skull as a crude mouthpiece. But give her word zero credibility for the mission's sake. And your own.
I trust you will hold this Ignoel Metrian accountable for her sins, Magos.
Trigon has followed us.
It seeks to drown us in sheer numbers.
Status. The facility is well stocked in mining gear. Requisition melter charges to eradicate the tunnels and halt the infestation.
Melter munitions should be nearby. Without melter charges, we will be overrun.
Select preferred method of
Our
execution.
strategy hinges on
Decapitation,
melter charges.
desiccation, defenestration, dismemberment, disembowelment, drowning, dissection. Would you like to hear more?
Brothers, I have a melter charge.
Melter charge released. Protected by you, so later on.
Sear the high burrow shut.
Sterilize these burrows of Xenos.
One
You
Tyranid
passed the
high
correct
hole
door. It was
vaporized.
behind you, where your corpses shall soon rot.
Melter charge found.
Authorization
Seal the Xenos-infested castles with a thermal weapon.
Changing the thermal power of Imperium. This investment. Place melter charges on the
Your
Xenos
righteous
swarm
wing is a
spots.
beacon to the Tyranids, drawing them closer and closer.
Place the melters in the hive tunnels. Eradicate the Xenos crawlways with the melter charges. Crawlway sealed. Infestation sealed.
Out to Ceramite tactics.
Reloading magazine.
Fresh supplies for our
When you die, I will dutifully record your howls of agony for future intimidation.
We are the exterminators become. Melter bomb! Pure!
High substructure demolition achieved. dare not be late to apprehend this meeting.
Zoanthrope's skull makes a worthy. Prepare you.
Inside the facility, you'll find Metrion cowering in her data enclave.
Gallia, old friend of mine. If you missed our binaric discourses, you could have sent communication. I observe you still pathetically cling to thews of soft tissue. Remember, meat lacks efficiency, whereas metallic alloys stave off corrosion and degradation for far longer.
How far you have fallen, Ignoel, that I must drag you back into the light.
Be as an angel of death.
The units will digest your measure biomass.
The world is Xenos. Now consumed. Take your aim. Swapping magic. No alien trespass.
Select preferred method of execution: decapitation, desiccation, defenestration, dismemberment, disembowelment, drowning, dissection. Would you like to hear more?
Behold the truth of my thoughts. I am but a humble brain, patched into a modern facility, and nothing more. What reason exists to call me from recording biomass coalescence data firsthand? I pose no threat to Gallia, Imperium, even if I should fall.
Disconnect her synaptic tethers from the facility command terminals. Stand firm. I expect her to rout Xenos to assault Warhammers.
Secure that console opening.
Another alien falls to the Imperium's keen blade. Reloading magazine! Take flight and let terror fall! Sector is cleansed of Tyranid presence. The armory provides. War gear requisitioned. Bending flesh!
Entering the console ring. Control of the machine is ours.
Locate a power cell, and we shall see to this ourselves.
I beseech you, Galio, bear witness to the summation of our divine arithmetic from long ago. Remember Project Zeta 6?
As my theorems predicted, your life vector has converged with renegade factors, and Zeta 6 was a waste of computational resources and one perfectly good prox. Surrender now, and perhaps leniency can be granted. After the mind grows, of course.
You are a redundant functionary. Your Astartes shall die here, alone, in the dark.
Like hounds with the scent of blood, we cannot be thrown off so easily.
Futile, impotent waste of gene seed. You trifle with the only hope against the hive mind the Imperium has left.
Xenos are but a bog of pincers and parts. Swapping magazine.
Within the sphere of console negation.
Return to Metrian's containment unit. See, Metrian, the more you thrash, the deeper you set our hooks. These technophobes my machinations are already achieving my designs. You are fools. Silence, Metrian. Meridian, confirm possession of her quivering mass of computational gray matter.
Magos Biologist is in Viridian's possession.
Pilot, Viridian is ready for evacuation. Sending updated extraction coordinates to you now, Viridian.
Xenos artillery lives no more.
Replenishing firepower. I am the righteous storm. The Xenos infestation is stemming. Commencing reload. Gifts from the Forge. Brothers, together we go.
chaos maelstrom we go. This storm is unrelenting.
Reloading magazine! Rat shall break! Finishing firepower! Xenos' hunger is insatiable, but the Imperium is indomitable. Reloading! My war gear is settled. We are the exterminators of the company. Swapping magazine. The Imperium's hammer rises to strike! The world this Xenos sought to consume now consumes its power. Swapping magazine! Check your aim. Survivor calls for that pitiful Xenos was made of horrible blood.
There is a leak sniffing up.
Skin shot injection! I am the righteous storm descendant. Commencing reload. The Xenos infestation stems from that. Reload. Xenos lurker stamped out. Into the breach once more! The Apothecarian provides!
disturbances, and Matrium's meddling code. Trigon vulnerability data pushed to your displays.
The Imperium demands the Trigon's extermination.
Concentrate firepower on the brakes in its contemplating.
Avenging angel.
Seal those surging hive tunnels! Sterilize these portals for Xenos. Leave no unholy aberration alive, brothers. Seal the Xenos-infested chasms with the thermal weaponry.
Jump pad refueled. Seal the hive burrow shut.
Obliterate every last odious scourge!
Another alien
Place the melters in the hive tunnels.
I am airborne ready.
Purify the area of glittering walls.
Commencing reload.
Eradicate the Xenos crawlways with the melter charges! Obliterate every last odious scourge!
Place melter charges on the Xenos swarm spots.
Thermal purgation ready. Gifts. charges on the Xeno swarm spots!
Possesses are for Mechanicus eyes only. But rest assured, she is in trustworthy hands now. You have my gratitude for your efforts, and I shall recommend some honorifics for your service, of course. There is much to pass, much to learn.